Peace, and welcome to World War Wrestling. I'm here to talk about the January 9th, 2024 edition of NXT. I gotta do that now because I have so many of these videos on my computer that I have not named. I did not refer to the date. And now I'm thinking about, like, wow, I have to go back and post these videos. And we're gonna start doing the date and episode of the event. I'm not just gonna say Monday Night Raw because I have like two different Monday Night Raw videos. I have like two or three videos for about everything right now because I have this idea that I want to do. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm just doing it. We're just doing it. I should have pulled this up on my phone instead of the computer, but we're doing NXT, and I will talk about what I remember, and I will talk about what I don't. Hopefully, because I don't remember much of anything. Because immediately after that, I recorded an episode for NWA, and it's kind of hard to keep up with everything going on in professional wrestling in my mind. So, begin the show, things happened, and stuff happened that I didn't really understand necessarily. Is Blair Davenport the one that got Nikita Lyons injured? Is that just a storyline that they're making? It seems like a great feud. It seems like a great rivalry. It seems like it's gonna be good TV. Anything with Nikita Lyons is gonna sell. If she didn't keep getting injured, you need a different finishing move. I think that finishing move just keeps fucking hurting you. I don't know what it is that you're doing. Maybe if you focused more on training and less on pictures, you could actually like get the work in necessary to get the results that you need. And then you can do all this stuff that you do. But if you keep pretending like you know the shit and you don't actually know it, you're gonna keep getting hurt, my friend. That's my only advice to you. Amazing talent needs to stop getting injured, and I think it's just the youth. You got to think about it long term. If you want to wrestle for the next 20 to 30 years of your life, what kind of style do you need to do that? It's obviously not yours if you're getting injured every year. You might getting paid for the injury time. Maybe I don't know, but I'm sure you would rather be on TV. Tony D'Angelo and Stacks. What the fuck does OTM stand for? I hate this gimmick. I like the gimmick at first. When it was just Lucian and Bronco, when it was just the two guys by themselves, I was all for this gimmick. The second that Reginald got involved, I hate when it's like maybe it's a veteran. I had a guy like this at a company that I worked for that turned out to be a pyramid scheme. But he was a veteran. He's been there longer than anybody else, but he sucked at it. Like, he was terrible at it. And I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe he just needed something to do with his day. Maybe it just made him feel good. I don't know. I don't understand it. I honestly don't. I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. But sometimes a person there is a veteran, but they're just a veteran because all the people with any talent and any sensibility and any fucking know-how got the fuck out of there already. Anyone that could have done anything else did so already, and they left to go do that. I don't know what Reginald has done that made him qualify to lead two brand new talent when his career never took off the ground. I don't give other writers. You have a lot of people. I just saw an advertisement today for people selling book publishing for like $300. And the first idea, I didn't like. I was gonna like write this long scathing comment, but I've matured, so I wrote it all out. Then I deleted it. I deleted the whole page and did something else. I did this actually. I did something productive with my time. But I hate when people take advantage of new people. I hate when people take advantage of young people. I hate when people take advantage of like newbies that don't really know what they're doing. Like I just like it's disgusting to me. Like if you have something worth selling, you could sell it to the very best person in the industry. If you do. If you don't have anything that you could sell to the very best person in the industry, you shouldn't sell it to a new person because you're preventing this new person from becoming one of the best in the fucking industry because of that shit. I hate it. You had an amazing tag team, and it's the same crime time shit. It's like they're so fucking racist on WWE. And I guess we keep watching it, we keep supporting it because we're hoping that one of our guys are going to get over. But like WWE is just so fucking racist that they can't even give. Dude, you can tell that Lucian Price is not from. You can tell by the way he dresses that he's not from the hood. Now they have like fucking barrettes and shit in their hair. Like I hate everything that has happened to this gimmick. At first, I was interested in two young like black, I think one's Mexican or something than that, two non-white talents coming from the streets, coming from the hood, and now they made it to WWE, and now they're making some real money, and they're grateful for that opportunity. I don't like this bamboozled coonery shit that keeps fucking going on in pro wrestling. I hate when the big guy that should definitely be destroying everybody is losing to white guys half his fucking size, and the only thing you can say is like, "Well, it's good TV." It's I don't understand why all this bullshit applies when it's two talented young black men in the ring, when it's two talented young black guys who are wrestling. Why is it now? Oh, it's just a gimmick. Oh, you have to work. Oh, it's just a job. When it's fucking AJ Styles, when you have these talentless fucking white wrestlers who are like 5 foot fucking 8, who are like my fucking height and half my goddamn size, complaining about not getting over, and people are really like, oh, Adam Cole is a legitimate talent. Oh, Adam Cole looks like he's from fucking Florida. That's not a compliment. Not Cuban from Florida, just from fucking Florida. Britt Baker looks like every single obnoxious white girl from your biology class. Come on now. How the fuck are these guys losing every single goddamn week? I haven't seen them win one. I think they won one single time to fucking Chase University. And this guy is literally just on the roster to train younger talent. Andrew Chase is never going to the main roster. Maybe that's what this whole thing is about, is his contract is ending soon, and he doesn't know what the hell he's about to do. I don't try to be this scathing and this but like every time I see Lucian Price and Bronco, I'm so fucking disappointed in them. I'm so disappointed in everything that they're doing, because it's one thing if you are really from the street, really from the hood, and you're staying true to that. But if you're staying true to that, you're also going to be getting some wins. You're also going to be getting over. You're also going to be doing this in a way that's going to be relevant to other black people watching you. You're going to represent that black audience. You are not representing your black audience. You are representing the fears and stereotypes and the discrimination that your white audience sees inside of black people already. You have the same issue with you that I have with Bobby Lashley. You don't do anything to inspire and motivate young black people that are watching you. You do everything to entertain the white audience and white masses. I'm tired of it. I'm over the gimmick. Scrape your contract. Go to TNA. They'll take care of you. I promise you. Whatever, Lucian, Bronco, whichever, scrape your contract, go to TNA. Scrape your contract, go to NWA. Go to a place that is going to respect you and that is actually going to train you as a young black talent. Not these people that are they're just happy to see that you're black and you're there and you're losing. That's it. And I'm telling you, that's going to be your entire run at NXT. You are black, you were there, and you were losing. That is why they have you there. They did the same thing to Shelton Benjamin when Shelton Benjamin was the greatest talent on their roster. But when Shelton Benjamin was wrestling, I think he might have went to TNA, but there was no AEW, there was no MLW. If Ring of Honor was there, it definitely was not what it is like to now with Tony Khan running it. There were no other options for black wrestlers. So they had to put up with these gimmicks and they had to do this stuff. As a black wrestler, you have a lot of different options now. You also have a lot of different black talent and black wrestlers that you can do your own fucking promotion with if you really wanted to. It does not make any sense, besides the overall lack of just kind of administrative, managerial experience that a lot of black people seem to lack in America. But you have to manage yourself. You have to defend yourself. You have to protect your gimmick. And I don't see any black wrestlers doing that. It's like Kofi Kingston. It's like you guys just seem so lottie-dottie, happy to be inside a up on white people so fucking bad. You don't care that you're at the bottom of the rung. You don't care that you're losing. You don't care that everyone's laughing at you like our truth. You're just happy to be black, to be there, and to be losing. And I hate it. I'm over it. I'm over it. Every time I see these guys wrestle now, I feel like I need to turn the channel. And it's sad because I watched this entire match really rooting for them. It was a very competitive match, but then some random fucking shit comes out of fucking nowhere. Like, you already have a manager out there. Like, that shouldn't. People are going to be like, well, it was a tag team championship opportunity. Yes, it was. Yes, it was it not? They had a tag team championship opportunity against some washed up freaking gimmick with. That was okay. It was actually pretty good. I won't lie. The Tony D gimmick was pretty good. As of late, it's been trash. Don't know what the hell's going on with it. They say he earned being the Don. No, he didn't. He did not. He just called himself that. That's why Santos Escobar didn't like him. No, he just calls himself that. I've never seen this guy before. I've never seen Tony Angelo before NXT. I watch everything. I watch every single pro wrestling show that comes up. I've never seen this guy before. Stacks, like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, you have two ginormous, ripped freaking black. Bronco looks like he could fight two people by himself. I'm over oppression. I'm over racism. I'm over this, like, oh, well, racism is always going to be a thing bullshit. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. Okay, to counteract that, I'm going to skip one match. Gigi Jolin, Cora Jade. If Mandy Rose was still here, I'm pretty sure Cora Jade would have been the fourth member of Toxic, of Pretty Toxic, or whatever the fuck they're doing, whatever the hell they're called. I'm still pissed off about the last match. I'm still pissed off. I'm like really rooting for OTM. I don't even know what the fuck OTM means. I don't care. I was really rooting for them. I'm really disappointed. Honestly, Gigi Dolan versus Cora Jade is kind of a waste of time because Gigi Dolan versus anybody is big money. Cora Jade versus anybody is big money, but they cancel each other out. It was a great match, very competitive match, but putting them against each other cancels each other out because of, I'm going to say it I feel like I'm going to say this every single episode. Somebody has to lose. Every match can't be a fall, like a ring out. Every match can't be a freaking disqualification. Every match can't be a draw. Someone has to lose. So someone was going to go over, and whoever, honestly, I feel like the winner of this match, which I believe is Gigi Dolan, if I'm correct. I believe it was Gigi Dolan, if I remember everything correctly. I don't remember how the win happened, because this is the bullshittery. This is why I say they cancel each other out, is that when you have big two-name stars whose gimmick you're trying to protect, it's either a sacrifice of, and this is just my theory, this isn't a rule, it's just my theory. I feel like when you have two big name stars like Gigi Dolan and Cora Jade, two people that should be on the main roster, if you put Gigi Dolan in AEW, she's going to be the next freaking champion there. You put Gigi Dolan in Impact Wrestling, she's going to be one of the top stars there. If you put Gigi Dolan in anything, she's going to be a top star. Cora Jade might have to work her way up because she's a little newer than Gigi Dolan, but she's considered a vet in NXT because she's been there for a few years now. When you have this dichotomy of you either protect the gimmick or you can protect the match. For some people's gimmicks, one match is not going to break their gimmick. So when they lose, there's an interference. When they lose, there's some underhanded tactics. There's something like you have to do something to protect the gimmick. You know, when you have two heels, Gigi Dolan is not a babyface. Gigi Dolan she has done absolutely nothing to erase her history with Mandy Rose. There's been no storyline, nothing. All she did was feud with JC Jane, and JC Jane is honestly more of a babyface than Gigi Dolan is, because of her role inside Chase University, which was just strange. I think both of them needed to kind of be repackaged and reused. It's like being under Mandy Rose is kind of like being in a cult. And you can't take a former member of a cult or a former member of a pyramid scheme and just put them anywhere because either they're too brainwashed by what they've gone through and they're going to struggle to assimilate or accommodate or adjust to their new life without being deprogrammed. Or they've completely rejected everything from their pyramid scheme or rejected everything about their cult, and now they can't trust anybody. And they're just in a weird place there. And they have no one to go to because everyone they knew was inside the cult. So they're just lonely by themselves now. Gigi Dolan kind of gives me those vibes. I would pray that from this, Gigi Dolan and Cora Jade could start a tag team or something because they're both better off as heels than they are as baby faces. Gigi Dolan would get over and probably win a championship as a heel. I don't see her doing that as just a single star, as a babyface. As a babyface tag team, maybe. Babyface heel team, for sure. Just go back to doing what you were doing already that was already working. Some gimmicks are bigger than the match. This match was kind of a gimmick breaker for Cora Jade because Cora Jade is often she's on. I don't recall her ever winning like a championship or anything like that. And supporting Mandy Rose was huge because Mandy Rose was bigger than pro wrestling. And they didn't like that. They didn't like that Mandy Rose was bigger than professional wrestling. So they tried to get rid of Mandy Rose entirely. Mandy Rose is probably still making a ton of money doing whatever she was doing already. Okay. Obafemi. 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 He's Nigerian. He gets it. He gets it. He comes from a kingdom. He gets it. Gimmick protected. Smart, intelligent, sharp, handsome man. Representing his culture. He's proud of who he is. He is someone that you can look at as a young black man and go, fuck yeah, that's who I want to be. That's who I want as my champion. Yes, like absolutely. I just like he's the smartest motherfucker I've ever seen. Like just everything about that scene. He's just well dressed, sharp in the suit, and then he turns into a complete and total fucking conqueror. Shoot. Fucking Lexus King comes out talking his shit. What's up? Lexus King is like the nicest guy I've ever fucking seen before. I don't know if he's a babyface or a heel. He's just Lexus King. He's just that guy. He's just, oh my God. Like, all he needs to do is just smile and wave at people, and he would get over. Lexus King is just, he's that dude. He's a Virgo. He's a Virgo, so he gets an immediate pass because he's a Virgo. Just like TJP. Anything they do is great. But, I would love to talk about the match with Lexus King and Dragon Lee, but Obafemi. Everything's a competitive match these days. It has to be competitive. Fucking Femi. This guy has just came in and taken over the joint, and besides maybe some arguable lack of experience, nobody's stopping this guy. Nobody's stopping this guy. You might have some veterans come in and test him, but he's just Obafemi is everything that Braun Breaker like pretends to be. Everything Braun Breaker pretends to be. He's also the type of guy, and I know I'm predicting a lot here. I know I'm like exaggerating quite a lot here, or like presuming too much here. But Obafemi is the type of guy that would make Braun Breaker understand that he has to be a more technical and a smarter wrestler. Braun Breaker is bigger than most guys. He's stronger than most guys. He's faster than a lot of guys. He's not smarter than anybody else. So a feud between Obafemi and Braun Breaker where Braun doesn't necessarily have to win the belt, but just iron sharpens iron, going back and forth. You protect Oba's gimmick, you protect Braun's gimmick, you put Dijak in the mix to interfere and fuck up with matches. Dijak ends up getting the pay-per-view title match. You protect Braun Breaker for a little bit longer. You give Obafemi a little bit more time with the belt. And then, things can break up and kind of go down how they do in a triple threat match or a fatal four-way match where Obafemi does not necessarily have to lose his title belt, but he will drop the championship belt because he's probably not all that freaking experienced. There's probably going to be some tiny little white man like Ilja Dragunov that beats him for some inexplicable fucking reason, just because there was a fucking glint of sun in his goddamn eyes, and now this enormous fucking black man is on his back for a 5'5" white dude. But who cares? It's all scripted. Who cares? Trick Williams, probably the best thing on NXT. Probably the best thing on NXT. Probably like literally the best thing on NXT right now. There's no stopping Trick Williams. It's just his gimmick is bigger than the business. He's the type of guy that he like literally didn't even have to wrestle and he was still like a presence and a factor. Now that he is wrestling, now that he is going for belts, now that he is like hungry and pushing himself, Trick Williams is probably the best thing that they have in NXT. I would like to see Carmelo Hayes get the main belt because he's a lot better as the front. Carmelo Hayes is way more fucking talented than Trick Williams is. It's not like a light skin versus dark. They're both black men. Trick Williams is great. He is great. He's like the next generation of Booker T. And if he really like comes out with his charisma, you're looking at one of the best wrestlers of all time. Carmelo Hayes already is one of the best guys of all time. Carmelo Hayes is everything that Leo Rush is not. And that's, I'm not going to get into. I'm not going to get on. Leo Rush is amazing. Leo Rush is doing great. But he's just everything that, he's not a problem child. He's not a talky, over-talkative guy who thinks he's better than he is. He knows he's better than he really is. He knows, but he still knows there's far more to go. Because once he gets to the main roster and he's facing off against Brock Lesnar, that's exactly what I mean by you got to be an intelligent wrestler to be in that ring. When he's going against Roman Reigns and he's going against Seth Rollins, you got to be an intelligent guy to be in that ring. If you notice, the greatest wrestlers of all time are not the big men. The greatest wrestlers of all time are the smartest wrestlers. Ilya Dragunov, I pray that you recover quickly. I pray that you do your thing. Fallon Henley and Tiffany fucking Stratton, man. Like, I saved this for last because I can't say what I really want to say. I'm a faithful man. I'm a God-fearing man. I just can't like. You saw Tiffany Stratton though in that motherfucking cowgirl outfit. It's like. She's like, I don't know when the line is between like someone told me when you're trying to compliment a female, I'm sorry, not a female, when you're trying to compliment a young lady, and you don't want it to be like creepy or come across the wrong way, focus on performance. Don't focus on appearance. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna focus on ability and performance. I'm not gonna focus on how she looks. I'm not saying that the acting here was great. I'm saying that the entire concept and segment of this was great. Yeah, it's like it's like a fucking movie. The spoiled young white girl has to go work on a farm, and she has to humble herself and she has to reinvent herself. And eventually they start getting along and they start liking the hard work. And you do a month of this, you can completely re-image Tiffany Stratton's gimmick where she doesn't have to be this obnoxious Barbie that you were utilizing because of the Barbie movie coming out. You put a belt on her just to advertise the movie or whatever the hell that was, or capitalize upon the movie. Tiffany deserves better. Fallon Henley deserves better. But there's a lot of wrestlers on the roster deserve better. But if you can't pull the whole thing together like Tiffany Stratton does, she's a triple threat, man. She's got the look. She's like one of the best in the ring, and she can act. Like, there's not going to be a lot that's going to stop Tiffany Stratton from being successful. And I just hope that Fallon Henley isn't too up her own ass to understand what Tiffany could do for her career. Maybe they understand it and they get it, and maybe they're friends on the outside. I don't know. But Fallon Henley doesn't have any of that. She doesn't. She doesn't. She's like Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan is Sarah Logan is not a superstar. Valhalla is a superstar. You get it? Do you understand? Valhalla doesn't have to wrestle. Valhalla doesn't have to compete. Valhalla only takes bumps when she feels like it. And Valhalla gets paid. Fallon Henley was doing that for a minute, but she wasn't winning her guys any matches. Even as a singles competitor, the Viking Express is still Viking Raiders, Viking Express. Was it the Viking Express at one point in time? Or is that their finisher or something? Where did I get the concept of the Viking Express from? That sounds like a real thing, but I don't know if I'm just getting it wrong. The Viking Raiders, I know that's the name now, but was that always the name? I don't know. I don't remember now. When they were baby faces, I believe they were the Viking Express. No, they were always the Viking Raiders. I don't know. I don't really give a fuck about that. I don't really care. I hate scripts, and maybe that's more so my thing. Maybe I don't really have an issue with Lucian Price and Nima Bronco. I just hate scripts. They need to get rid of him. They were much better going about this completely by themselves. They were much better doing this their own way than involving Reginald in any way, shape, or form into this match. My perspective, my ideology, my whatever. But that's what it is. Thank you and peace. This was World War Wrestling.